Hi, today I'm gonna be showing you one way to put up a flappy center, a center that's very elaborate that, even center itself could, even stand as a flower. Let me show you a sample of what I'm talking about. So, this is what we are making this time, but this fourth design won't be included. So both of this has like four components on it, four different flappy centers, and it's gonna be available in my Etsy shop tonight. Also, if you can see this lace petal, this is gonna be listed also in my Etsy if you want to try this out. And you know what, I think the hardest part is to do the cutting, but since the Cricut machine or whatever cutting machine you have will do it for you, I think that's really the one that's a little bit time consuming. It's not hard because it's not you that's gonna do it, but it's a little bit consuming. But assembling it, if you can notice, to showcase the details of the cat on the petal edges, I don't really do much of a curl here. The assembly is just very, very easy. So if you want to try this one, this is like a very nice gift or like a centerpiece of your arrangement. So anyway, let's start with our flappy center. So first of all, we need 3 of this one. This is most likely like 2.5 inches width, and then the height is 10.75, and then this is the French flappy center too, and I cut it like 425 width, and then the length is 10.75. So although you might say that it's the same center, no, there's a slight difference. This is the same length, but if you notice, this darker pink one has like a much wider fringe on it, unlike this other one which has a finer cut. But both can be extended up to the maximum of 8.25 to fit on your A4, which is 8.5 by 11. If this is because this is an SVG file, you can absolutely size it the way you wanted. If you have a larger paper, much better. You can even extend it up to 12 inches. So we need 3 of this one. 3 of this cut would fit an A4. Like, 1 second. Like, this is your paper. 1, 2, 3. So 3 of this one and 2 of this number 2 flappy fringe, 1, and then also 2. And then the third one, I call it the teardrop flappy center, because as you can see, it's like, actually it's oval, elongated one, but I just call it the teardrop flappy center. So we also need 3 of this one. This has the same width as this one, so 3 of this would also fit on an A4 or the 8.5 by 11. So let's start. First of all, let's set aside the rest. Let's use our you know, the broader flappy center. We need 3 of this one. So we have 1, 2, and 3. I already pre-made the rest, so it's gonna be, you know, quicker and easier tutorial. So what you would do is just simply fold it in half, and like if you can see, it's really folded. I really press it at the tip to really create some crease on it. So let's just fold it in half like so. And then we can secure it with a hot glue. So there it is. Now we're going to glue it together. Again. And then this one. So now all your 3 stripes are folded and glued together. So what we need to do right now is pick one, just one, and set aside the 2, and then curl it slightly inward. To be honest, you can really, you know, as long as you have all these 3 components, you can plan on however you want to do your flappy center. The ideas are endless. So if I were you, you know, this is really a good investment. These 3 components would really, you know, level up your paper flowers. So again, we're just curling this one inward with whatever curling materials you're comfortable of using. Just so. And then now that's it's curl, you know, we need to slightly massage it so it's easy to curl around. We are going to make, you know, we are going to start our center, and to do that, you know, just make like a loop here, just enough that all you cannot see any hole anymore, and then start securing it with a glue. Okay, so now let's continue gluing the remaining part of this flappy center. So as you can see, this technique is good when you intended to make like a wider base, like, you know, when sometimes we are making a flower and then all our petals are here, and then all of a sudden we just realize that there's a hole this much that we need to cover. So a center with a, you know, this much base would not be sufficient to cover it up to hide the base of your flower. So we need to really, you know, make it floppy and having this much instead of just curling it. Although you can, but curling it this way at the very beginning would consume at least 6, double the number of cutouts and paper you need. So this is my technique. You know, you start, although there's a hole in here, but in the middle you can barely see the, you know, what's in the middle. You can just rearrange and fix it later after you done your center. So let's proceed. So with this 2 remaining cutouts, we are just going to continue wrapping it around our very base of our floppy center. So if you notice, I just continue where I end up earlier. That way your work would look much cleaner. So see, it's starting to create more texture now. And then we will just continue the remaining cutout to, you know, make it look more full. So let's just wrap it around. Like so. And then continue more. See, even this one is enough to be considered as a center. You can also already use it, and then all you need to do is just, you know, flap this out and it's already good to go. However, we intend to use these 3 components, so let's go ahead and do that. So we are now in our second component. So what I did here, I already glued this one together. So because this is just short, I'm just counting 1 and 2, and then I slightly glue it there. So it's like a slanted position. What this will do, it will create a spiral look on your outer center. But if you are using the whole A4 or the whole paper, and you're using it like this tiny French, instead of 2, you're going to cut 5 to 6 depending on your taste, however you want to, you know, however you want it to look like. So since this is just shorter, I'm just getting into 2. There it is. So done. So what we will do now, let's connect these 2 together. And how we are going to do that, you see, this side, this one is like facing downward, and at this end the opening looks like it's facing upward. So to connect it, we are going to look for the end that's facing downward, like so. And then let's just glue it together. Although you can glue it later, but I just prefer to do it this way. And again, find the spot where you end up gluing your previous components, and then just start putting your glue there. And with this tip, we're just gluing it around, like so. This one. It's now becoming fuller and fuller. And let's fix whatever we need to fix, you know, on the way of curling it around. So as you can see, this is where we started, and there we are already starting to, you know, get into the third layer. So we don't want to, you know, put this all the way here, because it would look unbalanced. This is our last area, so we are wanting to make sure that we will end up in like 1, 2, 3 layers on every side. So let's just cut this one out. And then glue it from there. So as you can see, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Or, you know, you can just choose to use everything. And then now we can use our third components. We don't have to do anything about this one, because as we, you know, hug it around our center, the center itself is pushing this stamen outward, so we really don't have to do anything. All we need to do is start gluing it around. So like so. I think we need some glue gun. Then let's just continue doing it, wrapping it around our floppy center. So you do have a choice to, you know, stop on the second components, but this is just my this is just an option for you that, you know, I want to show you as well. But really, the second components is just fine. You know, you can already have a floppy center. So I'm removing this one because it looks damaged, and we don't want that in our center. So we are continuing wrapping it all around. Like so. So if you can see, you know, the outer stamen is really adding more diameter in our center. And again, we are going to continue doing the remaining. So here it is. And then last part. So see, this is how the back side looks like, and this is the front looks like. All we need to do is just, you know, fix the alignments of our stamen. Some are not properly aligned. So this flappy center would certainly cover a larger spot on the center of your flower, so you don't have to worry that, you know, the base is showing off or what. So I hope you guys like this tutorial, and if you do, please hit like, and I intend to make this video publicly because I want to share the knowledge, you know, to everybody. But of course, you can get all these 3 components of flappy center in my Etsy shop. If you have other ways to do it, then, you know, just go ahead, do it that way using my technique. I would love to see your completed flowers. Please do tag me. I will also leave the description. I will also leave the link below of my social media, especially Instagram. So thank you so much again, and see you next time.